Lisa and Adam, nearing their mid-30s, seemingly possessing everything from the outside. Yet, Adam's perpetual pressure in the software sector and Lisa's creative drought in graphic design had driven them into deep burnout. Adam was the fortress of logic and science. Lisa possessed an emotional and mystery-inclined soul. Their only desire was to find solace in a sanctuary surrounded by nature, a home with a history that would define the rest of their lives. Define the rest of their lives, ***. This quest inadvertently led them to an advertisement lurking in the internet's dark corners, Blackwood Manor. The photographs weren't mere property images, but a painting, a colossal, Victorian structure from the 1880s, carrying the ominous elegance of dark, carved wood and local, moss-covered stone, its turrets reaching into the sky. The manor stood atop a lonely, fog-shrouded valley, hours away from the nearest town, seemingly suspended in a place completely outside of time and civilization. Completely outside of time and civilization. The price tag paralyzed Adam's rational mind. For a property of such historical legacy and sheer size, the asking price was impossibly low. Adam spent days scrutinizing the title deeds, insurance history, and potential structural damage reports. He found nothing. The real estate agent explained that the last heir was so disgusted by the century-long curse and dark inheritance of the family that they insisted on closing the sale immediately, even at a loss. Adam forced himself to process this as a surprisingly lucky financial anomaly. Surprisingly lucky financial anomaly. When Lisa first saw the house, her heart hammered against her ribs. The dimly lit rooms, draped in heavy velvet curtains, bore the sharp, penetrating scent of old potpourri, dry herbs, and damp earth. Lisa felt that this house belonged to her, as if its walls had been waiting for her for centuries. This transcended mere artistic passion. It was a spiritual pull. Seeing the uncontrollable, almost fanatical fervor in his wife's eyes, Adam suppressed his final doubts and invested all their savings into this dream. Adam suppressed his final doubts and invested all their savings into this dream. The first few weeks were like a dream come true. Adam lost himself in the library, inhaling the scent of parchment from the dusty volumes. Lisa turned the shadow-laden main hall into her studio, and her work had gained a supernatural melancholy and depth. However, the house's true spirit slowly began to reveal itself. First came the sounds. It wasn't just the creaking of old wood. It was a subtle, muffled hum coming from deep within the walls. From deep within the walls, this hum sometimes turned into a rhythmic whisper for more, and sometimes transformed into singular, chilling phrases like, "You are here. You belong here, ... double quotes. Second was the cold. Even in midsummer, an unnaturally freezing air flowed through the long corridors and lower levels. This cold was not physical, Lisa realized, but metaphysical. It felt like a spiritual hunger. One night, Adam woke up feeling a chilling weight on his chest, and when he tried to move, he felt an invisible hand pressing him back down onto the bed. Back down onto the bed. He later found 3 cold, claw-like marks, resembling burns yet caused by cold, on his back. Doctors vaguely dismissed it as a strange allergic reaction. Lisa's artistic inspiration also grew strange. Her drawn figures constantly morphed into suffering silhouettes with vacant eyes and limbs twisted in unnatural ways. They looked familiar to her, as if they had once inhabited the manor's very walls. This cold was also accompanied by a subtle, muffled hum coming from deep within the walls. From deep within the walls, the cold eventually became chronic. No matter how high they turned the thermostat, this cold pursued them. This cold was not physical, Lisa realized, but metaphysical. It felt like a spiritual hunger. Adam insisted on rational explanations, blaming electrical anomalies, insulation problems, and his own insomnia. "Lisa, please, it's just an old house. You're getting paranoid," he pleaded. Lisa, however, could not tolerate his stubborn emotional blindness. Stubborn emotional blindness. "No, Adam, this house hates us. Your fortress of logic is crumbling and you refuse to see it," she cried. Lisa, after these incidents, abandoned painting and worked only with charcoal, fusane. Her drawn figures were no longer just melancholic. They constantly devolved into suffering silhouettes, eyes vacant, limbs grotesquely contorted, pure black, shadowy figures. These figures felt familiar to her, as if they had once inhabited the manor's very walls. Adam, his logic finally crumbling, decided to delve into the town's historical archives for answers. Adam, his logic finally crumbling, decided to delve into the town's historical archives for answers. Bayan Clara was found there. When he mentioned Blackwood Manor, the librarian visibly recoiled behind her desk. Bayan Clara whispered the tale of Elias Blackwood. After Elias's sudden acquisition of wealth in 1883, his family met tragic ends. His wife, Martha, died in a fire in a locked-room fire in the basement, and his only daughter, Abigail, perished slowly, driven mad by an inexplicable ailment that doctors could not diagnose. Doctors could not diagnose. According to Bayan Clara's grandmother's diary, Elias had traded the souls of his family and all future owners of the manor for worldly wealth and fame in a bargain with an archman. The source of Blackwood's wealth was the periodic sacrifice of souls. As Adam left town, Bayan Clara handed him a small yellowed newspaper clipping. The headline read, 1895. Local girl missing, Elizabeth Reed, Elias's first annual victim. Adam returned home to find Lisa in the basement. After much effort, she had pried open a rusty metal box etched with signs resembling Sumerian pictograms from beneath the rotten floorboards. The energy emanating from the box was so intense that the cold burning sensation on Adam's back instantly returned. The box's contents shattered the couple's world, a thick parchment scroll, and a heavy, cold ring sealed with dark red, almost black wax, bearing inverted pentagrams and symbols. The translation of the scroll took days. The title, Eterna Dominatio, Eternal Dominion. It was a blood covenant between Elias Blackwood and the powerful archman named Malphas, known as the demon of wishes, tricks, and concealment. Malphas's core condition was the right to use the manor as the center for soul collection and property transfer rituals. Nearing the end of the scroll, Lisa screamed in terror. Every time the deed was legally transferred, the new owner would unknowingly become the heir to the ancient covenant and be obligated to pay the price with their own soul. Lisa brought the deed documents with trembling hands. In the bottom corner of the legal deed, next to Elias Blackwood's fading signature, the demonic symbol was faintly drawn in dried Elizabeth Reed's blood. They had not purchased a home. They had purchased a deed-approved contract of slavery binding their souls to Malthus. The night they finished reading the final line of the scroll, the house stopped breathing. The whispers ceased and the cold approached absolute zero. The air filled with a dense, sickening smell of sulfur and burnt flesh. Malthus's presence enveloped the entire house like a wave of energy, injecting intense, uncontrollable dread into the couple's minds. Adam attempted to defend himself with a rusty axe found in the kitchen, while Lisa huddled by the fireplace, shaking uncontrollably. The electricity failed, and all the lamps and candles in the house exploded simultaneously. The fog outside slowly condensed at the window, taking the form of a figure, the physical manifestation of shadows. Lisa screamed. The figure was over 2 meters tall, jet black, with twisted limbs and red, coal-like eyes fixed on them. Malthus's voice was a cosmic roar piercing their minds. The covenant is complete. The term is due. Your souls are mine. Blackwood's debt will be paid by the new heirs. Your resistance only prolongs your torment. Adam and Lisa ran for the door, but it was sealed by an invisible, insurmountable force. Adam tried to smash the window with the axe. As Malthus's shadow drew near, the axe grew so hot it felt like it was melting in Adam's hands, burning him. Malthus reveled in their desperation. Adam was on the verge of breaking not just the window, but his own sanity. At that very moment, Malthus whispered into Adam's mind, "Let her go. Sacrifice her. Only your soul will be spared. The power will be yours, ... Just as Malthus's shadow was about to fully consume Adam, Lisa, with a final cry, remembered the covenant's final clause. The covenant could never be broken unless the ring that sealed it was burned and completely destroyed. Lisa snatched the ring and placed it on the stove, turning the gas to the highest possible heat, creating an inferno. The ring instantly turned red hot. The house filled with a deafening cosmic shriek, the sound of 1,000 damned souls. Malthus roared in helpless fury as the energy from the melting metal repelled him. Lisa held the flame until the ring exploded into black ash. The dark energy, the cold, and Malthus's silhouette instantly vanished. The locked door creaked open. Lisa and Adam fled, barefoot, breathless, running for hours through the night without looking back. Before dawn, they passed the town and reached an abandoned gas station on a highway. When the police responded to Lisa and Adam's address, they found no trace whatsoever of a burned ring or a blood pact inside the manor. The house stood perfectly intact, exactly as it was in the listing. Even the shattered window panes were replaced, as if nothing had ever happened. The couple's horrific experience was recorded as a mass trauma-induced hallucination. They left the state, but could never be sure their souls were truly saved. Adam's nightmares lessened, but never entirely stopped. He no longer saw Malthus, but rather faceless silhouettes in suits, holding a deed, eyes glowing with Malthus's red embers, perpetually searching for a new heir. In Lisa's drawings, the figure's eyes sometimes still shone with that terrible red glow, a constant warning. Worst of all, a new ad appeared in the local town paper. Blackwood Manor, back on the market, priced low for quick sale. Sometimes, in their most peaceful moments, the chilling whispers would return to their ears. The covenant is eternal, ... I am the master of the property, and a new heir is always awaited, ... double quotes. Elias Blackwood had sold not just his own soul. He had sold the eternal right of dominion over the manor, and the demonic entity, Malphus, would continue to open a new door with every new deed signature, waiting for its next victim in a centuries-long cycle. Blackwood Manor remained on the hill, shrouded in fog, a silent tomb waiting a new soul. And so we come to the end of our story. To stay informed about similar tales, please remember to subscribe to my channel, like the videos, and don't forget to comment about the parts of the stories that caught your attention. Until the next story, take care of yourselves.